Hi everyone. There was a question about how to track discussion board activity. So how you find that is when you're a facilitator in a course, you go to evaluation, go to course reports. That's going to take you to a screen that looks like this, course reports. As you see, there's a whole lot of reports here. We're going to look specifically for discussion tracking. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to run that report. So you click on the drop-down menu, click Run, and this is for our course that we're in currently, so it will show a report of people and their activity in the discussion. And what you need to understand is it's going to show everyone, right? It's going to show everyone in the course, so that includes any instructors, any TAs, anything like that who've either been active on the discussion or not. And then that will run you a report for discussion tracking, and then it'll give you a breakdown from all the different discussion boards that you have within your course. So as you can see, this first list is all, and then like if I wanted to look at Q&A, right? So I could just see the Q&A section of the report, but this one is 9 pages, right? And it'll encompass all of the discussions. And if you click down to week 5, you'll notice, because we're not in week 5 yet, that the week 5 discussion, like nobody's posting there yet. But if you look back up, like I said, in the week 1, you've got numerous discussion interactions for a variety of people. Now, what I want to show you here is this. If you go up to the very top, okay, you get the student's name, first name, last name, username, okay? Total messages posted. This is the total unique messages posted, right? Unique messages read. You can also track the number of posts that you read throughout the course, okay? So like Michael Shelmet, who's our instructional design support, he hasn't read any of the posts because we haven't had any posting problems, right? So you wouldn't expect Michael to be on the discussion and reading posts, right? Or if you look at my total number of messages, unique messages read, I've read 87, and total messages read, which means I've gone back and reread some posts and looked at some other answers, I'm up to a total of 206, right? Behind, surprisingly, maybe not surprising, behind Deb, who's read the post 214 times. So, again, it's a variation, right? Now look at Fran. Like Fran's been in the discussion. She's been in discussions a lot. She's up to 161. So it doesn't mean that just because a person has a higher number that they've necessarily been more or better at interaction. Remember, this just counts interactions, right? It just counts the number of times you went in to post, total number of your posts, the total unique messages you read, so that means a different message every single time, right? And then rereading messages is what you see here, right? So go back in and rereading messages that people posted or whatever, you'll see that count there, right? So you can do a lot with that information in that data, and we can talk about that later, but please don't just say to students, you need to post X number of times, you need to get these many posts, and then look at the actual discussion report to ascertain, is that student going back in and reading your post? And here's why. I'm going to just click this down and just talk with the screen. If you're just looking at the interaction within Blackboard, right, those Blackboard posts that you read, that doesn't take into consideration that students can have those posts sent to them, right? They can subscribe to that thread. If they're just subscribing to the thread, they are then reading posts, right, from the threads they subscribed to, because actually they're coming to them in their email, right? So when we say things like, oh, you weren't active on the board because you didn't go in and read people's posts, well, maybe they are reading people's posts, they just didn't respond to that, right? So to respond to it, you have to click on the link, go back to Blackboard, and interact in Blackboard. So just because they're not in there reading all of them based on the list within Blackboard, doesn't mean they're not seeing them in their email. Doesn't mean they're not reading them, but maybe just not responding to them because it's not germane to what their conversation is, or they really don't have anything to say in response to that particular comment, right, or question, right? So don't make those assumptions, but it does give you a starting point to look at just general overall activity, but activity only within those threads that are actually in the discussion, not the threads, again, that get sent to someone's email. Okay? All right. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to ask me, and I hope you have a great day.